Hey, Dennis Worth, the child support superhero, still in search of the ultimate story, and we got letters coming in, and I want to thank you guys for keeping it writing in. And this one comes from Anna. Anna, what's going on? We got it's sad when parents don't get along and the children suffer, and they do suffer, even if they don't let the custodial parent know. I've met enough of them. My daughter's father and I had a good relationship at one time. Then it got not so good. Then good again based on mutual respect for each other. Though there's not enough good time, we both said some pretty ugly things to each other, but neither of us spoke our ugliness or acted mean spirited when she was around. I wanted her to love her dad, not based on our relationship, but rather the relationship they built for themselves. Ultimately, he wanted the same thing, and yes, I insisted on financial support also. Long story short, their relationship grew strong and happy for many years. For the past few months, she has traveled back and forth to Long Island, New York, to be with him during his cancer treatments. He passed away last week. Um, it's a difficult time for her right now, but I know him and I did the right thing. She has good memories of her dad, and unless a man or a woman turns out to be a pervert or some sort, they should make every effort to know their children, and they should stand in, and nothing should stand in their way. We should not stand in their way. We should hold the child. We should not hold the child hostage over our feelings, or even because there is no financial support. Although payments should be made, I have no respect for a parent who disowns or refuses to know their own child. Well, thank you again for writing in. I'm so sorry to hear about his passing away. Certainly, that's not an easy one on anyone, especially a child. And yeah, everybody says it. Yeah, I'll put my child first. I'll put my child first. But man, when it comes right down to it, everybody wants to have that upper hand. Everybody wants to be in control, and they're more than willing to sacrifice, some of their child's sanity in order to get that upper hand and upper control. And unfortunately, it's a child that suffers. And I've been a victim now, and it's been a number of years, 5 6 years we're going on now. And I firmly believe, the days are gonna come, okay, when my son's gonna remember just how much love I showed him and all the brainwashing that's been done to make him hate a person who never did nothing but love him his whole life. And you know what? You know who's gonna suffer? It's not gonna be me. It's gonna be him, because he's gonna feel so bad about how shitty he treated people. Me, my mother, my family, who did nothing but love him. And you think you're protecting your child, and you're doing just the opposite, okay? Because mental torture is just a torture as bad as any kind of physical torture. And the depression, suicidal thoughts, that's all that comes when you use your child as a weapon, okay? So it's best to try to get along, and sometimes you got to bite your tongue, and I know after a while you bite your tongue so much, well, maybe it's the other person's turn to bite the tongue. But that's when you got to stop and think, I got to put my child before my well-being. And certainly, there's some exes, no matter what you do, you can't get along. They're in it to argue no matter what you do. But I think, every parent in their soul, wants what's best for their children. It's just everybody has a different idea of what is best for their children. And that's where you butt heads. And certainly, the child support system, right off the bat, they got you butting heads because they put money in the middle of your child. And, there's going to be an argument over that. So right off the bat, they pit you into an argument. And it's a sad thing where they should put you into a place where it's going to be easy on the child, and instead they put you in a place where it's going to be difficult on the child. So the question is, and it's a question I've asked myself many a times, is, do you love your child more than you hate your ex? And that's what you got to ask yourself. Do you love your child more than you hate your ex? And I'll tell you, for me, it's been close because we really don't get along. But maybe I bit my tongue for 20 years. I tried to keep the peace as good as I could, and at the end it was just too much and I couldn't. But maybe I have to review things and try again, because worst thing that's going to happen if you try, you fail. But at least you tried, and who knows, maybe something could come out of it. And I haven't spoken to my son or my ex in a while. But, after a while, everybody, gets a new perspective. They say time's a healer, so take time, use it, think, go back with a new plan, but don't ever give up. That's my advice for tonight. Don't ever, ever give up on your child, okay? Because both you and them deserve a loving relationship between a parent and a child. So here's hoping the best. Keep writing in. I'm looking for more stories, and tell your friends, tell your neighbors. The Child Support Superhero. Go to Facebook, like them up. Together we stand, divided we fall. Until next time, thank you, folks. Good night.